Before the Romans, before the Greeks wrote their most famous tales, the world was dominated by a sea of grass, an endless, windswept ocean of land stretching from the Black Sea to the borders of China. And upon this sea rode its masters. They were a ghost people, a whisper on the wind, leaving behind no cities, no temples, no books to tell their story. They were the Scythians, and for 1,000 years, they were the undisputed kings of the steppe. Their story is not written in ink, but in gold. Their lives were lived in the saddle. They were born to the rhythm of hoofbeats, a nomadic existence in constant motion. They were the inventors of the saddle, a simple innovation that transformed the horse into an extension of the rider's body, making them the most formidable cavalry the world had yet seen. They moved with the seasons, their herds of cattle and sheep grazing on the vast open plains. Their homes were wheeled wagons, their nation was the horizon itself. They were a people forged by the harshness of their environment, tough, resilient, and fiercely independent. They answered to no king but their own, and their territory was defended not by walls, but by the sheer, intimidating emptiness of the steppe and the speed of their horses. But do not mistake their nomadic life for a simple one. When they died, their leaders were not forgotten. They were buried in great earthen mounds called kurgans, sent into the afterlife with a wealth that would make a pharaoh blush. And this is where their story truly shines. For the Scythians were not just warriors, they were master artisans of gold. From the dark earth of their tombs, archaeologists have unearthed a treasure trove of breathtaking beauty. Intricate golden stags, their antlers branching like mythical trees. Golden panthers, coiled as if ready to strike. Pectorals and combs depicting scenes of incredible detail. Warriors in combat, horses being tamed, even a man milking a ewe. This was their animal style, a vibrant, dynamic art that captured the wild spirit of the creatures they lived among. This was not just decoration, it was a language, a mythology forged in precious metal, the only history they chose to leave behind. The ancient Greeks wrote of the Amazons, a tribe of terrifying warrior women. For centuries, it was thought to be a myth, but the kurgans revealed a startling truth. Archaeologists found Scythian women buried with the same weapons as the men: bows, arrows, swords, and spears. Their bones showed the telltale signs of battle injuries. These were not myths. These were the real Amazons. Scythian women rode, hunted, and fought alongside their men. They were equals in a society that valued strength and skill above all else. They were priestesses and warriors, leaders and protectors. The legend of the Amazons was not a fantasy. It was a distorted echo of a culture where women were as deadly and respected as any man. Their power was so great that even the mightiest empires hesitated to challenge them. When Darius the Great, the king of Persia, marched his colossal army into the steppe to subjugate the Scythians, he expected a glorious battle. He found nothing. The Scythians refused to meet him head-on. They became ghosts. They would raid his supply lines and vanish. They would lead his army on exhausting chases across the empty plains, drawing them deeper and deeper into a land that would swallow them whole. They sent Darius a message: a bird, a mouse, a frog, and 5 arrows. The meaning was clear. Unless you can fly like a bird, hide in the earth like a mouse, or cross the swamps like a frog, you will not escape our arrows. Frustrated and defeated without ever fighting a battle, Darius the Great was forced to retreat. The Scythians had proven that their land and their freedom could not be conquered. Yet no empire lasts forever. Their end was not a dramatic collapse, but a slow fade. New groups of nomadic warriors like the Sarmatians began to push from the east. The Scythians were slowly displaced, absorbed, and scattered. Their language vanished, their traditions were lost, and their name faded from memory into legend. They, who had dominated a continent, dissolved back into the steppes from which they came, leaving only their golden treasures and their silent, imposing kurgans as proof that they were ever here at all. Their story is a powerful reminder that history is written by the victors, but the earth remembers everything. Subscribe.